Hello, welcome to Om Secret Space, and this is the second video of Shri Yantra series. We're gonna go through different types of meditations that you can have with the Shri Yantra, and then also I'm gonna have a little section on how to know that your Shri Yantra is being active and what happens when it is active. As a small recap, Shri Yantra is a divine tool. It can transport you through time and space, and also just by the shape of it, just by looking at it, you will balance your right and left, both hemispheres of the brain, meaning that you balance energetically wise and spiritual wise the feminine and the masculine side, the logic and the creative side, the action taker and the ideas side. So basically, just by looking to the Shri Yantra, your brain already gets balanced and your whole life will reflect that balance back to you. Also, we are living in a 3D world, meaning that we have access to our mind, body, and soul. Once we start getting developed into the soul, we start being spiritual. That's kind of like the fourth dimensional. And the fifth dimension is the dimension of light. Shri Yantra, it's a natural generator of light. Just by looking at here, you're creating light in your brain, in your pineal gland. It pours light into your soul. So even just by meditating here and gazing, your 3D being in this 3D world, you are filling up with light and you're becoming a fifth dimensional being just by looking here. If you live in this world, it always reflects back. It goes both ways. So if you are living in a world with a scarcity mind, that's what you are gonna get back. If you are living in a world with this filled with divine light, you are gonna get back that kind of life. So that's why it is really powerful tool also for manifesting, they say, because it fills you up with light, and then with that light you can bring anything into your life, because you are not from a scarcity mindset, you are not from a lack of mindset. It is a very powerful tool for manifestation, for attracting abundance and everything, but it comes because of that, because it's filling up your soul with light. And that's exactly what comes back from the universe. It starts from within and then it's reflected from the world back to you. Now, once this Shri Yantra is activated, it will start moving in a certain way that I will explain later in this video, and you will see infinity here. These petals will be moving in such a way like a spiral going to the infinity. And that's where it can show you how time works. It can teach you everything about time. What are the main types of meditations that you can have with the Shri Yantra? Tratak meditation. First of all, Shri Yantra is going to be always placed in a distance. So the bindu, which is the central point, it's going to be in the height of your head, somewhere between here. You place it like that, and maybe 1 meter away, maybe 2 meters away. And then Tratak means to enter into trance just by looking to that point. In the beginning, you may find that your eyes are very watery, you are crying because you need to blink a lot. Over time, you will need to blink way less. Every time you blink, you're having new thoughts coming. It's a new activity that your brain takes, your conscious brain takes. So you need to learn and train yourself to stop blinking as much as possible in order to enter into trance where there's gonna be no thoughts. Even when you are not blinking, but suddenly everything is like your eyes go like a little bit like this. It's a thought that crossed your mind and it's being reflected in your eyes. You need to train yourself to be still looking without any like this and without any blinking. That's where we are aiming for. Now, Tratak meditation can be also vast because you can do it in the nighttime with a candle and you can do it in the daytime with different lights that are coming from a window, and the sun moves constantly, so the light will be different falling on the Shri Yantra. Let's say from my own experience, when I was doing Shri Yantra in the night with just one light of a candle, you will see completely different things than if you're doing on the daytime. And also, the more you enter into trance, even the shadows of the candle light will give you certain images, scenes. It will transport you to certain places. It will give you certain teachings that daytime cannot give you. And daytime will give you completely different things as well. So you need to try to enter trance in the nighttime through the light of a candle, and also in the daytime. If my window is over there, I place it here. So my back is towards the window and the natural light is falling to the Shri Yantra. That's how it should be. Also, on the daytime, I experimented a lot with my own head. When we sit ourselves and look at one point for long enough, our brain gets used to it, and we start entering into trance. And the moment, if we start moving a little bit our head to the left, to the right, up, down, the whole picture that your eyes are seeing with your peripheral view will be changing constantly. So once you enter into that trance in the daytime, try to move a little bit your head slowly for a longer time enough to see the differences on the Shri Yantra. That can be a huge amount of knowledge pouring to you that you will have to go through and like analyze. Why am I seeing this? What is it trying to tell me? Everything is a reflection from you. So that's why Tratak, it can be very powerful. Another type of exercise that you can have to work with Shri Yantra, it can be a visualization training. Basically, you're placing the Shri Yantra the same way as how you would for a Tratak. And then you look for about maybe 20 seconds, 1 minute, depending how much you want. You will find your own path and duration. You look to the bindu, which is the center point, and then you close your eyes and you try to replicate the exact image with closed eyes. As I said before, Shri Yantra, it's a light generator. So once you look for long enough into the Shri Yantra, you can close your eyes and you will see the light of the Shri Yantra picture with closed eyes. You need to try and train yourself to be able to replicate the whole image, the whole circle, outside, inside, the triangles, the dot in the middle as well. Everything has to come with a closed eyes. This exercise is very powerful because you are training yourself at visualization. Visualization is very important for manifesting the life that you want. So it trains you to keep an image inside of your brain for a long time enough to bring that reality to your life. It also trains your ability to see energies. The moment I started practicing this type of exercises with the Shri Yantra, I felt that it is easier for me to see energies in my day-to-day life. So it also has this huge advantage that you should exercise your visualization with the Shri Yantra. Last type of important exercise or meditation that you can have with the Shri Yantra is chanting mantra with it. When you chant mantra, what is mantra? Mantra is a set of divinely charged words or sentences that are a representation of something divine. You're putting your intention there and you are directing those chantings somewhere. Yantra, it's a representation of the divine. Mantra, it's a verbal putting of that divine. When we are doing Tratak in a way, but we are chanting at the same time, we are combining absolutely everything in one. Mantra chanting, it also vibrates your whole body, so you are healing your body while you're chanting. And on top of that, you are entering into a trance through breath work. You're working on your breath every time you're chanting mantras. You are holding it. You can get into this level of dizziness and pass that level of dizziness to the next level of trance that happens when you do the same as breath work. Basically, mantra, it's, from my own experience, the fastest way to enter into trance while working with the Shri Yantra. I sit, I look at the bindu, and I start chanting mantra either 9 times or 108 times. The total number should be 9. So 27 times, for example, 36 times. You choose one mantra, like this one, for example, and you chant it, only looking here. And then after you're done with the chanting the mantra, you will already, before you're done, you probably will feel how everything starts to be moving and coming back. probably in the beginning stages. Don't try to remove your gaze from the bindu. Keep looking here in the middle point and just let it be for a long time. You are getting that light to your brain. You are getting healed just by doing that. Now, my favorite part of the video. What happens? What you will actually start seeing once the Shri Yantra is getting activated, right? First of all, you see it, you gaze to the bindu, you train your eyes to already not water too much, to not blink too much, to be able to blink and still not have to start the whole process again into entering this trance. You look here and then you start pushing the bindu to the infinity. Some people will see this bindu outside, like this image is pushing it outwards. That's also another type of progress. But the one that I'm gonna explain you right now, it's the one where this bindu goes to the infinity. You will also notice with your peripheral view, because you are only gazing here, even though around this, things are going to start happening there. Movement is gonna be there, changing of colors. You will see something maybe around coming out. Don't pay attention to it. Don't pay attention to it. Turn off your conscious brain, because in order to enter trance, you need to turn off the conscious brain. Then at one point, you will see the outer part of the petals, I call it petals, moving to one direction, and the inside part will move to the opposite direction. It can be the outer part to the right side and the inner part to the left, or reversed. It depends on your brain. You're still gazing here in the middle, in the dot. It will still go everything inside. This will start moving in a spiral way that everything here will start going inwards, inside to the infinity. And these shapes of triangles and any sacred geometry that is here, that maybe firstly you only see triangles, but it is everything in here. It will stop being a 2D image how you are seeing right now. You created depth by pushing this dot inwards. Now this 2D will be a 3D. Now this is not anymore triangles, it's gonna be like a stairway. Also, I'm emphasizing the part that you need to enter into trance. This will not move one whole circle unless your conscious brain is off. In the beginning stages, you may see that this petal starts to move a little bit and boom, come back again. And then it starts again and come back again. This is good. You are on the right path. You are on the path that your brain, conscious, it's turning off. But at one moment that this starts, the conscious brain is like, oh, what is this? I need to disregard this. And it stops. So you are getting there. Try to not think about it. Try to enter farther into trance. Flow. Don't get attached to any emotions, any thoughts. This is also a very brilliant tool to learn how to detach and how to train yourself to let go your conscious brain. Right. Once it starts to make a whole circle while you're looking to the center, and it starts to spiraling more and more and more and more and more, that's already fully active Shri Yantra. Like, you will see the petals, each petal going up and down, left and right, apart from moving like this. And you will also see how I said the depth going inwards. You can transform that image, what you are going to be seeing, and make it like outwards. You are so absorbed into this bindu that at one moment you will feel that your brain, your whole perspective, it's also being carried away to the infinity. That you are going to feel that your energy, your whole being, it's also being carried away to the infinity, because you're spending long enough time into this bindu. You are already used to turn off your conscious brain, and you are used to seeing this going in circle and to the infinity, and that you are starting to become that infinity as well, going inwards. Also, another point that will happen is that once this stops being a two-dimensional being, you already created a three-dimensional being, and it is actually a fifth-dimensional being tool, because it generates light. Talking about light, these lines will stop being lines. They will become light. And light with depth, because we already break the 2D. We will go 3D and 4D spirituality and 5D the light. And at one moment, these lights, which I saw them as a golden light, golden divine light, they will start glowing outwards. And keep in mind that you are still only gazing to the bindu all this while. Everything that I'm explaining you right now, you will see it with a peripheral view. You are not looking outside. You are still gazing in the bindu. These lights that you will see with peripheral view will glow outwards, and the more you focus inside and will keep going to the infinity, carried away, letting go, flowing, the more this light will start coming out. And here is where the magic happens. These lights, because they are from here, they will start coming out until they reach you. Like they are gonna be literally outside of the Shri Yantra. They will reach you and they will start surrounding your whole body, to the point that you will feel that you are in a bubble of these lights. Like the lights that were here, now they are all around you and you are inside of that bubble of light. And you know what? It is because you are so immersed into this point that your brain now got used to that you yourself are there in the infinite. You are now part of the infinite. So now this whole Shri Yantra is around you as a bubble form. Understand that this is a both directional ways tool. So when you are so much focused here, so much energy you're putting this way, it will also come out towards you. It will also go both ways directional. So the energy that you're gonna be putting here, it will enlighten you outside and you will be surrounded by these divine lights. I remember the first time it happened to me and I was completely amazed that I saw myself all around. I was still looking to the bindu, but while looking to the bindu with peripheral view, I was seeing that I'm inside of a bubble of this divine light. As if I'm inside of the Shri Yantra and the whole bubble is the Shri Yantra around me. I tried to move myself a little bit like this while still gazing to the dot, to the bindu. And the bubble was moving with me. The whole thing, the whole scene was moving with me. Even though if I do like this, my peripheral view is gonna be expanded and I will see more things in the room, even though I'm looking to the bindu, it was still with this divine bubble around me. So I thought that maybe this is even what is enlightenment at all? Like imagine if you spend, doesn't matter the things that are surrounding you, if somebody spends years enough looking at this middle point until they create this bubble of divinity around themselves, doesn't matter what is actually outside of them. They are living in a divine bubble, in a bubble of divine light. Isn't it this enlightenment? Isn't it this like enlightenment that you create your own reality of such a divinity that no matter what happens outside, you are living in that divinity? And yeah, it is possible with this. And I'm telling you through my own experience. It is a very magical tool and my life is forever devoted to this.